Hey, this is Kacy the Game Nerd back at you with another pickups video. In this video I'm going to go over the West Seattle garage sale haul. This is an annual neighborhood garage sale, happens every year, and there's always a lot of participants, 200 to 300 plus usually. This year was no different, but this year I noticed there was a lot less retro games to acquire. I don't know if it's because of the competition. It's getting kind of fierce. Sometimes when I go to a house and ask for old video games, they say, oh, there was a few people before you that asked for the same thing. I've been noticing that trend, so the earlier you get there, the better your chances. But I did acquire a lot of cool stuff, a lot more Wii, GameCube, DS, not super retro, but good enough. For example, I got several Vita games, PS Vita games, with 2 DS Lites at one garage sale, and they only charged me $10 for all that. It's all in working condition. So that's just a good example of the things I was finding, but I was also getting toys as well. So not everything's about video games. So here's all the loot from the West Seattle garage sale. It was a pretty good day to go garage sailing, very hot that weekend. I went Saturday pretty early, at least early to me, about 8 o'clock, and there was a ton of stuff, but compared to last year there was a lot more than this. At least I think I got more than this last year. But that makes sense because every year the inventory of video games in a particular neighborhood goes down because there's a lot of people going for video games, people collecting video games, people hunting for it to flip it or trade it for other items. So it's okay. I got my fair share. I ran into a couple people that I knew, including Stilo 999. I actually met up with him and he gave me a pretty good deal on some GameCubes that I needed. But let's start over here at the first garage sale I hit, and it's not every day you find box Transformers at a garage sale, but this dude was a big collector. Tons of Transformers. I think he was just selling his extras, and he was giving it away for cheap. I mean, the price I paid for these 3 Transformers, I could easily triple my money if I sell it online, but I'd prefer to trade these for video games because I don't want to ship these things. The first one here is Metroplex, and this thing's huge. It's over 2 feet tall when you put it together. He did say this is complete and in really good condition. This is a first edition Optimus Prime. This is the one from Transformers Age of Extinction. So let's take a look at it. Pretty neat looking. Sorry for the glare, but looks pretty cool. This alone goes for maybe $60 or something. And this is a reprint of a G1 Transformer, and even the writing's like all in Japanese, and it's pretty cool. Let me open it up. But this also goes for about $50. But this is the cool part. I mean, the attention to detail here. And then that one's sealed. Then at another garage sale, let me hop over here. Got this Star Wars Masterpiece Edition. It's like a large collectible figure with some artwork. It was $5. I figured, why not? Maybe somebody who collects Star Wars wants this and wants to trade it for some games. Hopefully, because I don't really want it. But this is what I was after. I made a deal with Stilo 999. He gave me a really good hookup for these 5 GameCubes. He charged me $20. They all work. One of them has a crack in it, which is fine. A lot of them are missing cords, but He did include power adapter and a couple AV cords, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate the really good deal they gave me. What I'm trying to do is hook up a bunch of these and play Double Dash or Kirby's Air Ride, so I need a lot more network adapters so I can make that happen. And you can play it on separate TVs per GameCube, which is pretty cool. Now back to the Transformer guy. He also had a PSP because I asked him if he had any video games. And of course he had Transformers the game for PSP. He also had the Genesis collection and SNK Arcade Classics, which is pretty good. It has Metal Slugs and some other good games. And it came with the original PSP, that, and it came with a couple Gundam games. There's several other games in there. Nothing really notable, but all that for 10 bucks. That was pretty good. He also had an Atari Lynx, but he couldn't find it. At the next garage sale I went to, I found this Planet Earth Monopoly board, and inside everything's factory sealed. The reason why I got it was $2, and I figured I could flip it because it's going for about 30 bucks online. That way I could buy other games with the profit. Same goes with this Apple TV. I paid $5 for it. Came with a remote, the power cord. All I need is the HDMI cable to make it complete, and you know that thing goes for, I don't know, 60 to 80 bucks, I think. So hopefully I can either sell that or trade it for games. Then I just picked up some random old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. Got 3 of them for 25 cents each. At a garage sale, I drove a little bit further north for this, still in West Seattle, but they had a Wii. There was cords, but I'm not showing all the cords. This one did not come with any controllers or anything else besides the cords in the Wii, but it did come with Mario Kart, and it was 15 bucks for that. Also 15 bucks was this PAL system. This is the PSP Slim, and I think he said there was a game in here. Yeah, Medal of Honor. So I figured I'd buy this. I have a TV that works with this, and it does have a funky looking cord, but you could switch this out with the regular American cord that'll plug into the wall, and it'll still power up. And this was an awesome pickup. So there's this guy living in the apartments, still in West Seattle, but it was like off to the main road. So I decided to stop by because he had a bunch of like action figures when I drove by, and I was like, maybe he might have some games. So I asked him. He said he had this PSP Slim silver, and he had this. This was his girlfriend's, and she had this since she was very young. At least that's what she told me. And it was like her favorite game. And she bought it, obviously, from Safeway in Washington. And it does come with the manual. The manual is in decent shape. But complete in box, this thing goes for, man, like almost 150. It's crazy. But I was charged 20 bucks for this. Awesome price. So let's put this back. At another garage sale, this guy had tons of games, but not everything was cheap. The games he was charging $5 for. I didn't really know about this game. Junctions for Sega Genesis. I took a chance, and it's not really worth $5. It's probably worth like $6 retail, maybe $7, but paying $5 at a garage sale, not a good deal. This one, I actually got this for $3. This is a Dragon Ball Z Super Sonic Warrior 2. That was pretty good for that price. And you could tell this guy was also a video game hunter because you could see the price tags, $2.99. I saw a lot of Goodwill tags, but he sold this Star Fox Adventures for $5 at a neighboring garage sale. So this was probably about a block away from that guy's house. They had Smash Brothers, Melee, and Mario Party 5. No GameCube. Somebody bought the GameCube, but I asked for if they had any games, and they brought out these two games. They had a couple of sports titles, and I was like, okay, I'll buy those. And I'm surprised the other guy didn't ask if there was any games. These were $10 each. Well worth it, especially for Smash Bros. That's going for a lot right now. Next garage sale had a lot of DS titles. 21 total. There's 9 of them here that are loose. Nothing spectacular. Mostly girl games. You could see Hannah Montana, some of these other girl games. But they also had Mario and Sonic Olympic Winter Games and Mario Party DS. So I paid $10 for all this. 21 games total. So that's like less than 50 cents each. So that's a pretty good deal to me, even with the crappy Hannah Montana games. At another garage sale, I asked if they had any games. He was digging for games for seriously like almost 20 minutes, and I was getting impatient, but I was already there and waiting, so I decided to just wait till he came out. And he came out with these two, and because I waited so long, his wife said just give it to him for $5 for both of them. And I was like, alright, that's good. So that's Ultima, Quest of the Avatar, and Donkey Kong Country. Alright, and the last thing I picked up, I went to another garage sale, and this kid had a bunch of Nerf guns. So I asked him, hey, do you have any games, any older games? And he's like, no, we don't have that. I was like, how about the Wii or GameCube? And he says, oh yeah, we got the Wii. So he brings out all these games, and I'm like, do you have the system? So he went back, got the system, and then he went back a third time to get all the controllers and the cords. When he brought out the games, there was some good titles. I mean, there's a lot of Lego titles because he was a kid. Lego Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings, a couple of the Harry Potters, another Lord of the Rings here. But then he also had Mario Kart, Zelda, Twilight Princess, and Wii Party, which are some pretty good titles. And when he brought out the games, I was like, how about $10? And he agreed to that already before bringing out the systems. So essentially I got all the cords, all the controllers, the system, and all these games for $10. So pretty good deal. So that is all the stuff I picked up at the West Seattle garage sale.